Morning, guys. Bright. I was going to say bright and early, but yeah, it is bright and early. It is early. It's not that bright. That's what I meant to say. We just got here like at 6:06. I actually got down to make sure the kids went into class, but my son ended up going to the restroom and coughing. He's still a little bit sick, unfortunately. I'm still trying to get over it myself. Struggling still. But my daughter went into class and hopefully my son went in. I already texted him and told him to go into class. And so I just saw like 3 kids walk in after my kids. So that's a total of 5. There was a few people this morning. A few cars only this morning, so I'm not sure what the number is actually going to be today, but it is a little bit fresher. It's not as humid as it has been these past days, so we got a tiny bit of a fresh breeze, just a little bit. Could be because of the rain or something. Hopefully the weather starts changing, but as I saw 2 kids walk in, I saw one of the young girls who walked in, and she just kind of smiled at me, and I said hi, and she said hi back, and then I saw a young man come in, and I said hi, and he smiled at me, and he was like, hola, or, yeah, they're so sweet, they're so cute. Aww. Their gentle little faces. They're bright. They just brighten up your day, when they come in with smiles. I mean, at least that's what I saw. I got some water in here, and I put an emergency and a little bit of some Crystal Light because, man, I just saw another kid walk in that I hadn't seen. So that's a total of 6 so far that I've seen, but I don't know who was in there. I know that there was other people in there because Sister Arce, I heard her speak when my daughter opened the door, so I know that there must have been other kids in there. So I don't know how many, but, hopefully a good amount show up. But definitely less cars this morning out here. Yeah. It was just so sweet to see them smile and to say hi, and they're showing up. But I don't know. It just kind of pierced my heart a little bit to see them just, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully my son got to class. Anyway, guys, can I tell you? I didn't get to go to church yesterday. I wasn't feeling the best. I actually took some of the medicine, the HEV nighttime medicine, and just slept until about 9:30, 10 a.m. So did hubby. Hubby slept a little bit longer. I was actually up first, and then he went back to sleep at some point. He was just sleeping a lot yesterday. The kids too, they just rested. We just rested a lot. I had a meeting yesterday for communications, and it was like kind of late. It was like at 8 o'clock at night, and it lasted till about 9, close to 9:30. It was through Zoom, so I was able to attend. Sometimes it's hard because I don't want to get people sick. I showed up a little bit early to the meeting, and I was able to talk to one of the other sisters who takes care of the Harlingen steak. And she was also telling me that she's been a little bit under the weather, and I was like, yeah, she's been back to back, and so have I, so with being sick. So yeah, she notices that there's definitely something going on. I just saw another kid walk in, another young man, and another one. So that would make it 8. And I saw another one that just was walking on the hallway, so that'd be 9 that I hadn't noticed before. So that's 9. Yeah, so she should have about the same amount. I don't know if that's another person coming or if they just probably, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's been going on, guys. I hardly ate any cooked food yesterday. Basically just had cereal in the morning. My daughter offered to bring some cereal. She knows I'm still a little bit sick, so she got me some cereal, and then she had poured some cereal for my husband, and he didn't want it, and so it just was in the fridge. So when I got hungry later, I just had some cereal again. And then at night, I just made myself something, and then my daughter offered to make something, so I just kind of had some egg, but I was kind of like, I don't like to have egg just like that at night. It was kind of like an omelet, but I just, I'm not feeling the best, not really feeling very hungry. Have a lot of like nauseousness, and it's an ugly feeling. I don't like feeling like that, but which is why I'm trying to drink this emergency so that it'll kind of calm down. Hopefully it does. I've just been drinking lots of orange juice and trying to take the honey and trying to get better. So hopefully soon. I kind of posted some reels yesterday on Facebook that I felt inspired to make. I was able to talk to 2 sisters yesterday. They always check up on me when I don't show up to church, just to make sure that I'm okay and to make sure our family's okay. And I checked up on 2 sisters and just, tried to let them know that we're thinking about them and that we love them and that they are in our prayers and that we miss their smiles and we miss their presence at church. And yeah, it just kind of saddens me when some of our dearest friends are going through certain things, and you kind of feel useless, like you kind of feel like you can't do much, right? But we can pray, and that also brings about blessings. And yeah, and then got a call from my brother during the day, and he's like, hey, do you have some videos of Dad? And I was like, kind of like, well, what kind? And then I got into this kick trying to find stuff for him because he wanted to share with my little nephew. And I guess my little nephew wanted to hear a story about my dad and stuff. And so I got into this thing about looking for things for my nephew to see, like different videos of my dad, and then I started to cry, and then it got me sad, and then I just went through this whole thing. But there were some pretty cute ones that I've done in the past, and like the Christmas one, and some of my dad singing to me and stuff that made my heart melt. But it took me on this whole little loop. So yesterday I was a mix of emotions. I was happy, and I created happy and hopeful reels. And then I got sad, and I started to write, and then I got upset for a little while. And then I went back to listening to some music to bring my spirits back up. And then I had my meeting, and then I was chill. And then by that time, it was time for bed because it was already late, and I knew I had to wake up early to come to drop off my kids to seminary. So it was a mix of emotions yesterday, a little roller coaster ride, but we're here. And we're trying to make the best of it. I've been awake since 4 o'clock, 4 something. I wanted to go back to sleep, but I woke up from a bad dream and, didn't like that very much. So I just prayed about it, and I just tried to calm myself down, tried to force myself to try to go back to sleep, but I couldn't because I knew I had to. If I fell asleep, I wanted to go to sleep for an hour, but it just wasn't happening. So I just kind of stayed up. My mind was just going and going and thinking about this and thinking about that. And then by the time you know it, it was already like the alarm rang. And so I just got up and just started doing what I had to do. But at least I got some good sleep through the HEB nighttime medicine. And I am feeling better. I have more energy. Hopefully this goes away. My son is still struggling, though. He is kind of congested. And he says, he told me this morning, I don't know what's worse, is like being congested and having a bunch of mucus or having a really dry throat. So I'm not really sure what he's having, but I had to explain to him certain things that cause more mucus and phlegm and to stay away from, like milk, cheese, things that create more. I told him to drink more like lemon or orange juice or like, things that are more vitamin C-ish. Drink more water. Have some honey. That kind of helps. It's antiviral, antibacterial. But I do struggle with my son to like certain things, so. But he's doing better. He surprises me every single day. My daughter, I don't really have a problem with because she'll drink her medicine the way she's supposed to. She'll drink orange juice. She likes flavored drinks and stuff. But my son has always been just water, milk, or like, just basically water, milk, or chocolate milk. But he's getting better. He's starting to like drink Powerade here and there. He surprised me the other day. He had some orange juice. He'll grab a lemonade, especially like if it's a strawberry lemonade. Like he's been surprising me because as a kid he never wanted any type of colored drinks or flavored drinks or sodas, which is good. We don't drink sodas anymore. It's been a long time. Once in a while, like we've had maybe like 3 in like 4 years or something. It's been, For like 3 years, I was good. And then after that, I kind of slipped a little bit. I drank a few times here at some linger longers or activity or something. I've had maybe like 3 like 3. So we try to stay away from that because it does cause problems and we don't want, especially trying to be a support system for hubby, to stay away from too many sugary drinks. So whenever I want something flavored and stuff like that, I just kind of like, get a Crystal Light or we'll get a sparkling drink or something. But even then, the sparkling drink's kind of like, since my body's not used to like having gassy things, like I don't like feeling bloated. So I just try to stay away from it. But unless I'm really, really craving something bubbly, then I will try to get some, like a sparkling drink or something, like a flavored sparkling drink. But other than that, it's just water or juice or lemonade or water with lemon. If I'm at a restaurant, usually I'll ask for like a water with lemon. That's just my thing. But hopefully the kids have a good class. I prayed for them to have a exciting and happy class. Hopefully they feel the Spirit and they start their day right. And anything that they can learn within the small time that they're there is appreciated. So I don't know what today is going to bring, but hopefully it's good things, and hopefully we have a good day. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the little posts that I post. You might see a little bit of everything on my timeline because I told you I was a mix of emotions yesterday. So, life. Anyway, yeah, if you guys haven't joined my YouTube channel, definitely do so. I'm growing over there. I'm so excited. I'm close to 2,000 people. My Instagram is growing too. Before it was like only 200 people. I'm up to like 681. I try not to concentrate on numbers and stuff, but it's nice to see that they're growing and that, you know, it's helping people and that people are actually enjoying your content. And, you know, I hope that it's reaching a lot of people and that I'm able to help as many as I can, and or just brighten their day or inspire them in some way or somehow. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. It's early in the morning. If not, I'd be showing more excitement. It's just, yeah. Keep seeing the kids walking in and out of class. It's like they keep going to the restroom. It's like, ay, niños. I just really didn't see that. Really didn't see that happening so much when we were teaching. You know, for the most part, the kids stayed in class. It was rare when they would go out. I don't remember them doing that. It's just funny to me. Maybe it's just that I'm more attentive because I'm sitting right here, right by the entrance, and I'm seeing everything that's going on. Ay, niños estos. But then again, we have to remember that the kids they have a short attention span nowadays because of the phones. They're having a harder time focusing and staying on one thing. They watch reels that are short. They watch YouTube videos that are short. You know, those are the ones that get the most views on my channel, are the shorts. They watch TikTok videos, which are short. So the kids are learning to have like a short attention. Yeah, they're not able to focus as much. They need to focus and stay engaged a little bit longer. But then again, you know, they come up with some really crazy things sometimes, and they just amaze me sometimes. You think they're not paying attention, and then they come up with these answers. At least with my kids, I've noticed that. Like, I feel like sometimes they're not paying attention, but they are, and then they respond, and I'm like, wow, I must be doing something right. You know, they did pay attention. They are listening. It's just we think they're not, but they are. It's probably what my dad thought about me when he was lecturing me for hours. He probably thought nothing was sticking. And then look. So don't underestimate the kids, because even though they might be walking around and coming in and out, I know that they're going to learn to love the building and the memories that they make. They're going to talk about it at some point in time with their kids, and they're going to tell them, I used to go to seminary, and all this. I remember this hall, and I remember this bathroom, and I remember hiding in the bathroom, and I remember all those things. I remember going and hiding in the bathroom in the mom's room, and when I go to the La Vista Chapel, I go and I reminisce. I go into the mom's room just for old time's sake, and I will look at the back, the stage. It's like that was one of my favorite places to go and hide behind the curtains and play. And the gym was one of my favorite places. I know my son's gonna remember that because he loves being in the gym, and he's like always in the young men's room. And if it's like a dance or something, he'll be in the chapel playing the piano. Like he'd rather be playing the piano in the chapel than in the gym dancing. It's just how he is. I already know where to go find him. If I can't find him, he's either in a room or he's in the chapel, and he's like playing his heart out on the piano. That's just who my son is. My daughter's different though. She will be dancing, and she will be getting down. She will be surrounded by friends. That's just how she is. She likes to mingle. She likes to have a good time. It wasn't always that way, but she's like that now. So, anyway, we have another young man showing up. I think that's the 10th one. Yeah. But it's already 6:34. So they have a little bit longer. Anyway. Oh, tired, guys. I'm tired. But I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying just to talk so that I cannot have to think about it. So hold on. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. I'm sorry, but I have to because I can't breathe if I don't. I've been sick since last Sunday. We're already Monday, so I thought I was already going to be over it. And I'm almost there. At least I can breathe better. Anyway. Ooh. Anyway, for those who don't, there goes another kid walking in the bathroom. And I don't remember if I saw him before or not. Somebody else just showed up. It's pretty late. But anyway. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Hold on, guys. I lost my train of thought. Pretty late. It's already going to be 6:40. Either they're here to pick up somebody or somebody's getting down. I don't see anybody. They're probably here to pick up somebody, I think. I don't think somebody's going to get down. No. Anyway. What was I gonna say? I had something to say. Pues ya ni modo, ya se me fue. No, it's completely gone. I don't know what was I gonna say. It's gone, guys. Sorry. Anyway, what to talk about? We got about, 37, 47, like 13 more minutes to wait for the kids. They get out at, oh, yeah, I was going to talk about this. There you go. About seminary, what seminary is. A lot of people don't know what seminary is. Same thing as seminario. So basically it's like an hour class. I'm just going to repeat this for those who don't know what seminary is. It is an hour class that the kids have every morning from 6 o'clock to 6:50 a.m. They meet at the chapel. They meet in a specific room and they listen to a lesson. And usually they're teaching from the Old Testament, from the New Testament, from, something in the scriptures. Now, I don't know if things have changed recently. I need to look it up because I've been out of the game for a while. I taught it way back when, like 2007, 2008. And so I'm not sure if it's part of the Come Follow Me now. Come Follow Me is another program that they brought before COVID. And I was teaching the Come Follow Me program in my home to my kids when they were growing up every day for homeschool. And so I think that they switched it over to that, but I could be wrong. I need to look. But they have an hour class basically, and it really helps the kids to start off their day right with scripture time, with prayer, with being a part of a group that has your same beliefs, that have some same goals to come closer to Christ, and get to know the life of Christ. And so that's what they do every morning from Monday through Thursday. Before, we used to teach Monday through Friday. They're already starting to come out, guys. 2 kids already came out. And so it is a sacrifice for the parents, especially the ones who live further out and who have to work and stuff like that. It is a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice for the kids because they have the whole day ahead of them in school. But I know that it is a good program, and I know that it will help them remember, like if they're having a tough day or something, the things that they're learning in class, like in seminary, will help them throughout their days and throughout their life, really. They're going to remember the teachings, even if it's little bits and pieces, It's just good to gather with people that have your same faith, because they're going to school and they're having to mingle with lots of different backgrounds and peer pressure and fitting in and, all these things that are really hard on them right now. They're having to deal with so many pressures, not to mention like just education itself, trying to get an education, but just trying to fit in, trying to, find your place. And so I know that seminary is good for the kids. I wish I could have done it a little bit before with my son. But and honestly, guys, like since I was doing homeschooling, I thought I was doing enough with the Come Follow Me program. And I don't regret it. I think that I did a really great job raising my kids. I just feel like, it probably would have been better, but Since my son does everything with his sister, I think they have that bond that when they do things together, like it's more bearable. It's more like they just feel better doing things together. I know at some point in time, there are times where my daughter just wants a break and she just wants to be with her friends and just, away from her brother. But she knows, like, whenever she has an issue or whatever, she goes and she finds her brother. So they're so close like that, and I love that they are like that. And it's nice to have that. Because I know when I was growing up, like, my brother and my sister would stick together, right? My older brother and my older sister would stick together. And I'm sure that was really nice and stuff. And, it was great. My other brother, like, he was always in his own thing. And he was very, like, he never really wanted to mingle with me in school. He'd pretend like I wasn't even there. So I would just, do my own thing. And with my little sister, she's like 4 years younger, so she would do her own thing. But yeah, it's nice to, like, I guess to some extent, it's nice to have, like, your brother or your sister there, but they can also, like, get you into trouble if, like, you are doing something or whatever. They could be like, hey, I saw her doing this, or hey, I saw, that's not cool either, but yeah. My kids enjoy being together for the most part. They enjoy doing a lot of things together, but they do try to find space for themselves, and that's good too, right? They don't enjoy the same things, so sometimes that forces them to separate from each other. So yeah, there are certain things that my daughter wants to do that my son doesn't want to do, and it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, that is what seminary is. They also have classes like that for, like, when kids, well, not kids, when they're already outside of high school. They have, like, institute, and I used to attend. Oh, I hadn't seen her. So the girl that shows up with the blanket all the time. It's so cute to see her with her little blanket. Anyway, yeah. So it is definitely there you go again. It's early, guys. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, it's definitely something to look into. After high school, they have institute. I attended that. I went with my little sister. At some point, I had some friends in institute that I knew, that I kind of grew up with. And some that I learned, some that I met afterwards. Like, I got to meet my friend John there, and I got to meet, there were quite a few. I'm trying to think of all their names right now, because I didn't know everybody. I met my friend John a little bit later. My little sister was going. I was going. My cousin would go once in a while. I'm trying to remember the other names. I think my friend John had his sister there, Jackie, and who else? There was quite a few guys. I just can't remember all the names right now, but I got to meet some new friends there. And then obviously we have the YSA program, which is for young single adults, who are usually the ones that are attending institute because they're single. And that's also fun. It's another program that we have. And yeah. So the people that you see in YSA are usually going to be the people that are in institute. freshly out of like returned missionaries or like, you know, out of high school. That's what they have. So it's the same thing, kind of like seminary. They teach. Like I went to learn about Doctrine and Covenants, and that's another like set of scriptures. So anyway, yeah, those are some of the programs that we have with church, and I feel that they were good. I didn't get to attend seminary growing up. That wasn't something that my parents got us to do, but my mom did do seminary. My dad did too. I don't know. They just kind of didn't tell us to go, or maybe we just lived too far away or whatever, that they didn't, you know, push that on us. But they did. They went to seminary together. And so my grandpa, my mom's dad, would pick up all the kids, not all the kids, but several kids, and he would take them to seminary. And so my mom and my dad would ride in the same car, and that's how they would meet. And then they would drop them off also at school. And so they went to the same school. But I did get to do Institute. And that was just something I chose to do, not because my parents told me to do it or anything. I chose to do it because I was attending YSA, and I don't know, I just wanted to try something. And we just started attending Institute, and that was actually pretty nice to spend some time with your church friends and learn about the gospel together. And it was quite interesting, and it was fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah, so those are some of the programs. But right now, like, you know, my kids are doing this. Hopefully my kids will want to do Institute for themselves. So I don't have to push them to do it. But that will be something that I will talk to them about at some point in time. And hopefully they choose to want to do it as they're older. It's not like forced on anybody. It's kind of like, you know, you go free will. Right now it's different though. Seminary sometimes can be a little bit more pushed on the kids because we want them to have a good foundation, and we want them to be prepared and enjoy learning. So, yeah. So it could be a little bit different right now. They might feel like we kind of make them come, but sometimes as parents, we gotta push them a little bit to come and to give them a strong foundation, and just do something good that will help them throughout the day. It goes by quickly. Look, it's already 6:51, and a lot of kids are already coming out. Not a lot, because there's only like 10 or 12 of them, but like at least 4 or 5 already came out. My kids are still in there, so we'll see. We'll see what time they get out. They keep texting, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I almost did an hour of talking. I hope that you guys enjoy these videos. I do them, and mira este. ¿Con qué viene? Viene con algo. Hey. What was that? You brought your sketchbook?
No, it's Janice.
Oh, why is your there?
Dude, I was...
Okay, let me